To you, 2K Sports presents the NBA. Here with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And we've got Allie LaForce reporting from the sideline. And here's a look at some numbers for Trae Young.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Filling the perimeter slots are Daniels and Rizachet. Johnson and Okongwu man the post positions. And it's Young in at point. And for Utah, Markkanen and Kessler man the post positions. Then it's George. Then there's Bailey. But we have the first leg of the NBA season, Greg, now behind us.
Here we go.
The standings starting to come into shape.
Yeah, right now is when you can make sense of wins and losses. Who you play matters so much early on, but things have started here to balance out.
Jazz passing it around. Pass to Markkanen. Just 5 to shoot. Drains it from beyond the arc. Markkanen's got the first points up on the board. For the Jazz. Young against George. Johnson with a screen on George. Here's Young. Kessler with the rebound. Utah has gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. Kessler setting the pick for George. To the middle. Pass to Bailey. From outside the arc. George, no good. Right wing, down low. Here's Johnson. It's hauled in by George. Jazz have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Kessler, covered by Okongwu.
Well, tremendous strength and authority on that dunk. Nicely done, Walker Kessler.
Young outside. Okongwu with a screen on George. Pass to Okongwu. Offensive rebound. It's Young on the wing, defended by George. And Young, here we go. Rebound, Utah.
Yeah, tough start, 0 for 4. Just relax a little bit.
George up top. Now, here's Markkanen. Outside, George. Releases. Puts one up from 19. Okongwu grabs the board. Hawks have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals. Knocks it loose, and it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. The story of rebounding. Now a look at the league's best players on the boards. 4th, Onyeka Okongwu.
And you can't win games without rebounding the basketball. That's what has made him such an important part of what they do.
Here's Kessler. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Three-pointer, Markkanen. Tipped away. Pass to Bailey. The 3 from George. Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
A moment here to see the numbers for George. Averaging 17 points per game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I'll tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered to them. Boy, something so good about a perfectly placed lead pass. That is nice.
Utah leading by 3. It seems to be an overlooked part of Trae Young's game, but GA, he's led the NBA in total assists a few times.
No doubt. You initially think about Trae shooting, scoring, but he also runs the offense really well and wants to facilitate.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Will Hardy. The developing game of Trae Young is something that Coach discussed with his players. Coach said he's been one of the league's assist leaders. Don't get so consumed trying to stop him that you give him the easy passes inside. They know the danger that Young possesses. We'll see if they can contain him here. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. And here's Young after the three-pointer from Lauri Markkanen. Young pass to Okongwu. And it's sent back by Kessler.
Boy, there is a reason this guy has led the league in blocks. Walker Kessler sent it back.
Pass to George. There's the three, and he's good on the three ball.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Here's Rizachet. 12 points his last outing. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Okongwu with the screen for Daniels. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. So we're talking about Dyson Daniels here, Greg. Just how incredible a defender is this kid?
I mean, last season he came in second in terms of voting for Defensive Player of the Year, led the league in steals, and this young man's just getting started. Figures to be a problem for a long time.
Here's Young. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Young's got his second bucket of the night.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Now, here is George. Now, Markkanen. 6 points for him. Back to Kessler. Over Okongwu. The Jazz with another miss.
Boy, he's definitely covered well there. And we know he can knock down the fadeaway shot. Just didn't fall there.
Inside. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
You know, an awesome decision maker in that pick and roll. Young taking whatever he sees in these sets.
Outside, Markkanen. Here's Bailey, guarded by Rizachet. To the paint, here's Kessler, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, Kessler right in that restricted area. Good finish.
Young with the ball. Really played well against Sacramento in his last outing. And here's Daniels. Back to Okongwu. Bailey with the ball. And Daniels picks him up defensively. Quick shot there, and it's off target. The Hawks trail by 3. Okongwu with a screen on George. Young pass to Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. And finished off by Bailey.
I like Bailey attacking the rim at that size.
Young against George. Young dishes to Johnson. And slam dunk by Johnson.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure.
And let's see some of the numbers here for Okongwu. He's been having a wonderful season. 3rd in shooting percentage. And he's truly a force around the rim, ranking among the top 5 in rebounds per game.
And it's a strong accomplishment. 3rd best in field goal percentage. He just refuses to take bad shots. That's why his coaches love him. Here's Young. After the made shot from Lauri Markkanen. Johnson with a screen on George. Young. And he gets it to go. Young's got 6.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Here's Bailey. Off target from outside. For Atlanta, they've gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. The Jazz with the lead. Outside, Markkanen. Pass to Bailey. Young against George. Here's Markkanen. The shot's good on the assist by George. 10 points for him.
Well, dependability, right? That is not wasting possessions. This is all about taking and making good shots.
Wide open look here for Okongwu. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Young with the steal. To the inside. On the wing, Daniels. Young outside. 5 on the clock. Driving the lane. The shot by Okongwu, no good.
Sometimes the game requires you to just keep at it, so he's got to be aggressive.
And Markkanen throws it down.
You can see how impactful Lauri Markkanen can be with that size and skill offensively. He is too good.
Here's Rizachet. No scoring in this one. Johnson, the pass to Young. Over George. Young, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Outside, Markkanen. Back to George. Takes the three. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And it's an 8-point Jazz lead.
And developing that three-ball shot, George is putting in the work now.
And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Well, the Atlanta Hawks this summer, adding free agents Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Luke Kennard, this team is now possessing a stacked wing rotation. And with this infusion of playmaking and shooting, guys, they could be pretty tough to deal with now.
Wow, a team to be reckoned with. All right, Shams, we thank you for the report.
You can see the team is just continuing to call his number. Until the defense figures it out, it ain't going to change.
Rizachet sets the screen for Young. Kicks it out to Johnson. Latre does not score with that shot. It's his second miss against two nations. Filipowski with it, and Young picks him up defensively. Back to Filipowski. Young outside. Back to Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Now, here is George. He's got 6.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Young pass to Johnson. The kick out to Young. Johnson with a screen on George. Back to Johnson. Rebound, Utah.
Boy, that is tough defense. Exactly how you want to play him.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. And the Jazz with some changes. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Walker Kessler. And Mikhailov's subbed in for Keontae George. Now Markkanen after the missed 3 from Trae Young. Sensabaugh. Gay with the rebound. There's 18 seconds left in the first. Young taking his time here. He takes it in. Daniels from outside. The shot, no good. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. You guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Jazz?
And guys, I love the movement, doing a great job of just getting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
The other thing that's gone exceptionally well for them tonight is the shooting they've displayed from beyond the three-point arc.
Anderson is out there with Kyle Filipowski. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Williams. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 1. That's the group right now for Utah. You know, Doris, here's a question for you. Is there a reason why we see so many point guards become head coaches?
I do believe, Kevin, obviously as a point guard, you are responsible on both ends of the floor. On the offense for knowing all of the sets and where every single guy is positionally. On the defensive end, you're the lead communicator. You are at the point of attack. So it makes perfect sense to me that they become head coaches.
The Jazz making a switch here. Hendricks is checked in. Anderson finds Nurkic. Foul fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
It's very hard when you consider size and strength to alter Nurk's shot. This guy, even with great defense, can find a way to get through it.
And last season, the Utah Jazz DB finishing with the worst record in franchise history.
And that, Kevin, is a striking contrast from a period of time where the Jazz, one of the league's winningest teams. But you start to lose in the hopes that you can get high draft picks. But for all of that losing a season ago, they slide in the lottery, and patience is required yet again.
And now, Allie LaForce says something for us from the sideline.
Thank you. A big win here or there can really sustain a rebuilding team, and Utah coach Will Hardy said the results matter in order to keep belief in your process, seeing the work pay off. The building of a team doesn't happen in one day. The players are staying with it, and they deserve all of the credit for that. Guys?
Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report.
Boy, on the perimeter, you have to stay connected to this guy. He's such a good shooter.
Dives for it, and Utah turns it over again. Well, traditionally, many of the great free throw shooters have come from the point guard ranks. Here are the ones leading the league this year. Trae Young on top.
Well, he's the guy you want on the free throw line when it matters. I mean, he's a leader and as consistent as they get.
And a wide open look for Daniel. The basket good off the assist from Young. Young's got his 7th assist in the game. And the foul on Dyson Daniel. That's foul number 2 for him.
Now that's foul number 2, and he's got to avoid another this half if he wants to stay on the floor.
And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. They set the pick. A nice shot by Anderson. And the Jazz lead by 12.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside. Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Utah's gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Pass to Sensabaugh. Filipowski in the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Anderson. Gay with the rebound.
Boy, that was his shot to miss. This guy's a terrific mid-range shooter.
To the middle. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. That one on Filipowski. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Hawks.
And just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmares clamps thus far.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
Here's Bailey. He's provided them with some scoring punch and is averaging 13 points a game.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Buries it from 3-point range. Krejci's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Bailey. Pass to Markkanen. Nice ball movement by Utah. From 20 feet out. Bailey misses.
Pressured that shot by getting a hand up just as good as a block.
And he did it without fouling, and that's become an art. Changing shots without making contact.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
Yeah, it feels like they've ramped up their intensity. They have forced good things to happen. Now they're back in it.
And the Jazz with possession after the basket by Atlanta. Lets the 3 fly. That misses, and he's 0 for 4. Here's Young. Filipowski grabs the board. Filipowski's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Boy, he's trying to give this team a start, but the buckets simply will not go down.
Now Young, after Lowry Markkanen misses from long range. Young drives in, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And now just a 3-point Utah lead.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Back to Markkanen. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by the Hawks. Win after win, these guys now have 9 straight.
Well, this is a basketball team that's really humming right now. And what you love is they're working together as a unit, which makes it fun to watch. What I'm curious about here is when teams start to adapt and take away their best strategy, how do they keep the streak going? Really, really interested to see how this plays out.
And they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
There's always a need for shot makers in the NBA, GA, and that's what Ace Bailey brings to the fore.
Bailey has a smooth jumper with a high release point that allows him to shoot over just about any defender. And when you pair that with his physical tools, his upside is through the roof.
So it's the Jazz now after the basket by Atlanta. Markkanen, good.
And let's see, guys, if that triggers another little explosion from him after hitting 3 triples in that first quarter.
And the basket by Krejci. Krejci's got 7 now in this quarter.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Pass to Markkanen. Now, Filipowski pulls it up. Kept alive. Here's Nurkic. Up and in from the low block. Nurkic has got 5 now.
Yusuf Nurkic goes about 7 foot, 300 pounds. If you don't check him out, he's going to make you pay.
Left side, Daniel. Young sets a screen for Daniel. Rebounded by Bailey.
Boy, I'd like to see him finish that play with more authority.
The bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Young. And he has so many different ways to get the ball in the basket. Right now ranked 3rd in the league in points per game.
And we're talking about the ultimate competitor here. Leading the league in assists, maximizing every possession. He just tears apart a defense. Here's what Utah's going with right now. Walker Kessler comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Georgia subbed in for Kyle Filipowski. The Hawks again can't hit.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Well, missed opportunities, and they can certainly add up. You cannot afford to take that kind of shot.
Wallace against George. Pass to Markkanen. Tries again. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got 6 assists here tonight. And here's Wallace. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. And we've been following this group's absolute dominant season, winning most games in blowout fashion.
Truly record-setting fashion. Nonetheless, though, it's been demoralizing to teams facing this group. I mean, before halftime, teams are often down by 15 or 20 points. We might be witnessing another blowout in the making here tonight.
Now, here's Markkanen. 20 points for him. Here's Kessler. Newell pulls it in. Newell's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Stolen by George. And here we go. George heading to the heart of it.
Deontay George with the elevation. How about that vertical, folks?
They set the pick to the paint. Here's Gay. Rebound, Utah. At one point, they led by 16.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
I'll tell you, his teammates are going to start to freeze this guy out if he keeps taking threes like this.
Shots good by Alexander Walker.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Pass to Bailey to the right side. Outside, Markkanen. Bangs home the trifecta. Markkanen's got 23 points.
And what a huge performance for him. I mean, he drained 3 3-pointers in that first quarter, and he's got 2 more here in the second.
Here's Krejci. He's got 7. Here's Gay. Just 5 on the clock. Rebounded by Bailey. Jazz leading by 7. 1:35 left in the first half of the game. Outside, Markkanen. Baseline Jay on the way. Rebound by the Hawks. Gay's got 4 rebounds in this game.
At some point, do you start to think about getting others involved? It has been a struggle.
Here's the screen to the left wing. Here's Krejci, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Oh, beautiful pass. My goodness.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. And let's take a minute now to give a tip of the cap to the top rookie defenders in the NBA this season. Ace Bailey, 4th.
How about the anticipation and really his aggressive mindset defensively? He's always pressuring, always looking for an opportunity to force a turnover.
George passes to Markkanen. Jazz passing it around. And it's Bailey in the corner. It's the three-point bomb. Bailey's got 7.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Down low, Newell. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
Now, here's George. He's got 11. Three-pointer. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And we finish one half of basketball. Jazz lead by 8. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Welcome in for halftime. And what's on tap, you ask? I can answer that. So far, it's been a nice outing for the Utah Jazz.
You saw how they crashed the glass? That's Dr. O'Neill's School of Rebounding.
I did not know there was a class I'd enroll. Heck, who wouldn't want to take part in that? And now, let's see what the NBA power rankings are starting to look like.
You look at the Jazz, they are hurting. What's that saying? It's always darkest before the dawn? Well, it must be in the middle of the night over there.
And that is a wrap.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Lauri Markkanen having a dominant impact in this game.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
And in the summer of 2022, Greg, the Utah Jazz traded away their franchise cornerstones, Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell.
And that signaled the beginning of their rebuild. But they've overachieved for a couple of seasons now that ended last year when they really bottomed out.
Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. Alexander Walker in at shooting guard and Reza Shea at the small forward. Johnson and Okongwu man the post position. And it's Young in at point guard.
Right there, you love what Young gives you. A great facilitator in transition, and he's also a terrific finisher.
And there's George. That's good on the assist by Markkanen. George has got 13.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Now, here is George. Fires away from outside. George missing again.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And with that, the Utah lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Young. And it's Kessler, top of the key. Pass to Bailey. Back to Kessler. Rebounded by the Hawks. Okongwu's now got his 6th rebound on the night. And it's Johnson with the jam.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now here's Markkanen. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And it's Risacher missing.
You know, missed that one, but still a really good start coming off the break. 3 for 4 now.
Risacher with the steal. Young with the ball. Bailey picks him up. Young pass to Alexander Walker. The basket good. Off the assist from Young. Young's got assist number 11 for him here tonight. Pass to Kessler. Now Bailey. Risacher with the steal. Young against Markkanen. Okongwu with a screen on Markkanen. Shot clock at 6. Young pass to Okongwu. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Here's Bailey, who's guarded by Johnson. And it's good, 2 points. And the Jazz lead by 3.
Creating easier opportunities for your guys to score. That is good offense.
Pass to Young for the tie. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Outside, Markkanen lets it go with a 3. Rebound by the Hawks. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Yeah, to start off with so many mistakes and still now find a way where everything's working, it allows their momentum and confidence to continue to build.
Here's George following the bucket by the Hawks. Pass to Bailey. Shoots over Risacher. No good off the back of the rim. Atlanta's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the 3rd quarter. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Lauri Markkanen is a 7-footer with touch, but he can also attack off the dribble. Referencing comparisons to Dirk Nowitzki, he said, quote, when someone hits a fadeaway jumper, they say, that's the Dirk. Maybe someday I'll get the drag step to be called the Lauri. Back to you.
Ooh, that's a sweet move, too. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. Here's Markkanen. Jalen Johnson picking up that last basket. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Okongwu. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Take a look at Utah. They were hoping to get off to a better start to the season. Things are still early, so they still may have a chance. Wallace has checked in for Trae Young. George looking over the floor. 6 to shoot. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Markkanen can't get it to go.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Now, here's Okongwu. He's got 6. Here's Wallace. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feed. Wallace has got the lead up to 4 now for the Hawks. Takes it from 10. Atlanta with the rebound.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Here's Risacher. Scoreless thus far. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And he drives in, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careful.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Utah with the ball, following the bucket by the Hawks. Offensive rebound from deep. George gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
Knocks that one down. 4 triples for the night, 3 in the first half.
Wallace outside. Now, Alexander Walker. He's got 7. Bailey with the ball. He's picked up by Shea. To the wing on the left. Takes it inside. Kessler. No good.
Boy, the team doing pretty well despite his offensive struggles right now.
Wallace finds Shea. Tries it from the top of the key. Kessler with the rebound. Utah leading. Our late first-round pick Doris back in 2022. Walker Kessler proving he was a sleeper. He has shown a lot for sure.
Oh, no question about it, Kevin. We are talking about a guy who's got size. He's consistent on the backboards. But there's an offensive arsenal there that maybe was a bit unexpected.
And you can see the importance of that steal. Really a 4-point swing with the conversion at the other end.
It's up a 3. Rebound Atlanta. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. Alexander Walker with the ball. Working on George. Okongwu with a screen on Markkanen. And Okongwu slams it in.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. George passes to Kessler. Now Bailey. Guarded by Shea. Outside Markkanen. Pass to George. Here's Kessler. Covered by Okongwu. Atlanta's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. Johnson sets the screen for Wallace. Up there for Johnson. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Now, here's Markkanen. 26 points for him. Here's Kessler. And Kessler throws it down.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Johnson outside. After Shea. Off target from three-point range.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Outside, George. Markkanen a screen on Wallace. Out left to the wing. Now George puts up a deep 3. Nice defense from Wallace. Into the lane, and it's sent back by Kessler.
Such a disruptive defender, Kessler, one of the best shot blockers this league has to offer.
In GA, the Hawks going young, trying to build a sustainable model for success.
Yeah, most of the starters not yet scratching their prime, so there's going to be some growing pains, but they're showing plenty of promise.
Newell, he's checked in for Okongwu. And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now. And it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent. It's also about timing.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Hawks.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
I think it's also important we have to acknowledge how many scoring opportunities they've created from their spectacular defense, getting a bunch of points off turnovers.
Now here's Wallace, following the missed shot by Nurkic. Johnson the screen. Alexander Walker with the ball. 9 points in the game so far. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Newell, good. Now it's a 4-point Hawks lead.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. Sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Filipowski with it, covered by Johnson. Pass to Sensabaugh. Outside, Markkanen. And it's blocked.
They can close out the quarter if they want to.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
You know, possessions like that will help them feel good going into that final quarter.
Markkanen looking it over. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Trailing to start the quarter, they battled hard and pulled off a tremendous comeback. Now enjoying the lead. We'll return shortly. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA. And you see it right there on display.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. They've got Markkanen. Filipowski's out there with Nurkic. Then there's Anderson. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 2. That's the group right now for Utah. Filipowski passes to Anderson. Outside, Markkanen. Nurkic in the post. No good with the layup. Atlanta leading by 4. Wallace outside. Pass to Daniel. There's a good screen. Here's Newell. Powered down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Oh, Kevin, not a Petty, not a Manny. What a face.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunny. Now here's Anderson. Nurkic finds Anderson. Markkanen a screen on Wallace. Anderson passes to Markkanen. Anderson against Wallace. 3-pointer. Atlanta with the rebound. Inside, Gay, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Bang, bang. Doesn't get much simpler than that.
Jazz trail by 8. Pass to Nurkic. Back to Anderson. Shot from free throw range. Newell pulls it in. Newell's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Anderson against Wallace. With the drive, here's Gay. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Utah's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And Markkanen throws it down.
Now, this shows you how dynamic Lauri Markkanen is as a scorer. If he feels good, boy, the numbers come in a hurry.
Pass to Gay. Back to Daniels. Here's Krejci. Over Markkanen. Krejci, no good. Down low, here's Anderson. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Now just a 4-point Hawks lead.
Well, this is where Anderson has functioned for most of his career. So savvy on the interior.
Here's Wallace. Lays it up off the glass.
And what a half for this offense. If they can stay this high, a great chance to extend this lead.
Here's Sensabaugh. And he gets the bucket. We played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Wallace against Anderson. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for New York. Jazz trail by 4. And here's Anderson. Pass to Sensabaugh. Markkanen a screen on Daniels. Shot's good by Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
And it's Anderson with the ball for Utah. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Pass to Sensabaugh. To tie it up. Rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 6th rebound on the night. Got a piece of it. Here's Sensabaugh. Covered by Johnson. Now Filipowski. Here's Sensabaugh. To the paint. As shot goes down and gets this game back to even. Sensabaugh's got 9 points now in just the second half. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Utah Jazz.
I like their defense today, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
And they've also been scoring on the break with how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court. Anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
Now, here is George. After the miss from Trae Young. And Markkanen throws it down.
And Markkanen, a big-time athlete. Set that lob up in the air and he'll finish.
Here's Daniels. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. For Utah, they've gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them.
And this is what dominating the glass looks like. He just cannot be contained.
Wow, what a performance. And he's not just winning with physical ability, he's winning with anticipation.
And the slam dunk by Johnson.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? George passes to Kessler. Count that one.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
After Rizichet. Clock at 6. Young up top. He's covered by Kessler. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot before second violation. Jazz have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. George passes to Markkanen. Back to George. That's screen on Young. And George kicks to Markkanen. And stolen by Daniels. And now here comes Daniels. Leading the break. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
And this kid, Ricochet, is a team-first kind of player, willing to give it up to the open man.
Pass to Markkanen. It's George on the wing. Shot clock at 5. To the inside. And Kessler throws it down. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 13 rebounds.
We know Keontae George is an effective playmaker. He always seems to make the right decision with the ball.
And another assist for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's George. Now Bailey. Pass to George. Now Bailey. Jazz passing it around. Three-pointer, Markkanen. And it's sent back by Okongwu.
Hawk substitution. Well, Mohammed B.
Puts up a deep three. Atlanta with the rebound. Gay's got his 5th rebound in this one. And Young, here we go. Ricochet wide open. Paxson coming off the assist from Young.
He's got a nose for the bucket. Ricochet ready to go once he got it.
Markkanen outside. Here's George. Kessler screen on Young. Taken away. Unhindered, going all the way. Dyson Daniel. The 3 doesn't go.
And still looking for his first triple of the second half. He had 3 at halftime.
Now Markkanen. Here's George. 5 to shoot. Oh, the slam dunk.
Keontae George steps in at a big-time moment. That's a huge basket.
Young! The 20-foot jumper. Good.
This is why people are just so high on Young, because he comes through with big shots in the game.
Young against George. Jacks up a 3. Here's Bailey. The second chance shot is good.
Monster bucket from Bailey. It's the rookie now stepping up.
On the free throw, no good. The Hawks leading. It's Young on the wing, defended by George. A 15-footer, and he hits the jumper.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Outside George. Rattler's a 3. That's off.
I mean, I guess you can appreciate the confidence, but his three-point shooting has been brutal this half.
Young with the ball. Bailey picks him up. And he does not hit.
Well, despite the miss, obviously the shot this offense looking to generate is exactly that.
And they get it back.
The momentum continues to go their way. Pretty much the story of the game.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
You know, a stellar floor general. Young has that uncanny ability to find his guys at the right time.
Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
I was able to listen in on what Will Hardy was going over with his team. He told the team he has complete faith in them, saying, we're right there, now we just got to make that push and really take hold of the game. We can do that. To me, it looked like his players are on the same page with him. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Allie.
There you go, Mr. Marketing. Step up in a massive way when your team needs you.
And they commit an intentional foul. It's another one of those so they can get into the penalty. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. And Will Hardy is called timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. And talking about the approach now, what are they looking at?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
Well, they've got to be aggressive, guys, because the defense doesn't want to foul here.
Here's Markkanen to take the lead. Get that out of here. Blocked and recovered. What a nice play. And so the big win by Atlanta in a tight game. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And now, let's send it over to Allie LaForce, standing by with our player of the game. Allie, take it away.
Trey, congratulations. You guys had to play with another level of effort and competitive pride out there to get this win.
That's all it is. We try to come out every night, compete, play with a lot of intensity, play with a lot of enthusiasm, have fun. And we've been doing that lately, and it's been great.
We can feel the enthusiasm. Thanks, Trey.
Oh, terrific job, Allie. Thank you so much. That was enjoyable. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So, for Doris Burke, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, saying thanks for joining us. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Trae Young.